Hi and good evening. Thank you for watching. I'm Shakil 5858. I am Ami Putnam. Now the latest headlines from world channels and news agencies.
Purported leak.
Musical Christmas. Stream now on ABC iView.
Extreme fire danger in parts of South Australia and Victoria over the next few days. Authorities appeal to people to take care over Christmas. Sydney trains to run on New Year's Eve with an 11th hour deal reached between the state government and the rail union.
Christmas, New Year's and the Sydney test are safe because these bans, these industrial actions by the unions have been withdrawn.
Christmas rush, shoppers race for all those last minute festive goods. And cracking a delicious record, Australia harvests its biggest ever crop of pistachios. Hello and welcome to ABC News. I'm Joe O'Brien.
Hello, you're tuned in to Daybreak on France 24. I'm Karis Garland. Thanks for joining us. Here's a look at our top stories. French President Emmanuel Macron announced a new government to be led by newly installed Prime Minister François Bayrou, although analysts are sceptical about its chances of survival in a deeply divided parliament. As France held a national day of mourning on Monday, residents in Mayotte continued the daunting task of rebuilding after Cyclone Chido. We'll bring you a report from our reporters on the ground. And a long-awaited report from the U.S. House Ethics Committee has revealed damning allegations against Donald Trump's former pick for U.S. Attorney General Matt Gaetz, including sex with an underage girl. President Emmanuel Macron has named France's fourth government.
DW.
This is DW News live from Berlin. A far-right rally fuels tensions in the aftermath of a deadly attack on a German Christmas market. Supporters of the anti-immigrant AfD party march near the site of the attack in Magdeburg, calling for deportations. Also coming up, US President Joe Biden commutes sentences for dozens of inmates on the federal death row. And as serious Christians prepare for a historic Christmas celebration, we find out why religious minorities remain anxious about their future under their country's new government. I'm Tomi Oladipo. Thanks for joining us. Rival
Cyclone Chido has claimed 94 lives in Mozambique since making landfall last week, according to the country's National Institute of Risk and Disaster Management. Mozambique, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. South Sudan's seasonal flooding once a before moving on to Mozambique, Malawi, and South Sudan's seasonal flooding, once a predictable part of life, has become an annual catastrophe, displacing hundreds of thousands of people and plunging communities deeper into crisis. Families like that of Yabout Riyad Kaur bear the brunt of the climate disaster.
Universities and colleges in the U.S. are urging their foreign students to return to campus before President-elect Donald Trump is inaugurated over concerns that he might impose travel bans like he did during his administration. More than a dozen schools have issued advisories, even though Trump's plans remain uncertain.
So we know what happened in the last administration, and apparently, I'm from China, and I know, Trump has initiated some kind of restrictions towards Chinese students studying, particularly some.
After discussions involving experts and stakeholders from 160 countries, the curtain has closed on the 19th Internet Governance Forum held in Riyadh. Topics on the agenda included artificial intelligence and digital innovation. Professor Vukosi Maravati aims to make AI more representative and inclusive.
For many parts of the world, AI systems don't really represent those people because of the systems not being built by those populations or communities, data not being available, and then
Hello, this is Sky News at 5 a.m. These are your latest headlines. The suspect in the killing of an American CEO pleads not guilty to murder as his lawyers argue he's not being given a fair trial.
He was on display for everyone to see in the biggest staged perp walk I've ever seen in my career. It was absolutely unnecessary.
The Prime Minister faces a new backlash from business as figures show the UK economy had zero growth during Labour's first 3 months in office. The King's speech with a personal touch, why this year's Christmas Day broadcast will break from royal tradition. Matt Gaetz, a Florida Republican and Donald Trump's original pick for Attorney General, is accused of regularly paying for sex. Plus, in sport, Marcus Rashford's manager hits out at the striker's advisors as their relationship takes another turn. Hello and a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us here.
Good morning. The royal family unite the nation this Christmas Eve.
The King breaks from tradition as he chooses a former hospital chapel to deliver what promises to be his most personal Christmas message yet.
After a year of health battles for both the King and the Princess of Wales, tonight the family will lead us into Christmas Day with Catherine's Carol concert.
Welcome to our Together at Christmas Carol service here at Westminster Abbey. Christmas is one of my favourite times of the year. It is a time for presents, tinsel and mince pies, but it's also a time to slow down and reflect on the deeper things that connect us all.
And in Downing Street, the Prime Minister releases his first festive message with a promise of better times to come as Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch ushers in the festivities.
We're looking towards a better, brighter future for every person and celebrating the joy and wonder that Christmas brings.
My message to everyone at this Christmas is have a happy one, but also remember all of the people who might be in your community or even in your family who need your support, and let's not forget them either.
Meanwhile, Reform UK launches an online tracker as the party boasts it's about to surpass Conservative Party membership.
As of this morning, there's a mere 8,000 members between the two parties.
And whether it's sitting around the Christmas tree, attending church or opening gifts, everyone has a Christmas Eve tradition. But is it time the 24th became its own public holiday? We're debating just that later in the show.
And speaking of gifts, have you wrapped yours yet? Maybe you're scrambling to buy those final presents. Well, fear not, we have a Christmas expert on hand to make your gifts look that extra bit special, possibly more special than we've got on the screen right now.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, mine's better than that. And meanwhile, does a deep-fried Christmas dinner tickle your fancy? One chippy in Scotland says it's a crackling success and rivals the traditional festive feast we all know and love.
Mouthwatering. Now, Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim has taken aim at Marcus Rashford's advisors for influencing the striker's decision to quit the club. In cricket, meanwhile, Ben Stokes is facing a 3-month layoff after being told he needs surgery on his hamstring, and we reflect on a thrilling night of darts at the Ali Pali.
There's nothing white in your Christmas weather forecasts, but the good news is if you're travelling, there shouldn't be too many problems caused by the weather either. Join me later for your full Christmas Eve and Christmas Day weather forecast.
It's just gone 6 o'clock. I'm Dawn Neeson.
And I'm Charlie Peters, and this is GB News Breakfast.
Israel's military has set off explosives outside the Kamal Adwan hospital in northern Gaza, which has been under. Israel attacks the last functioning hospital in northern Gaza. It places explosives outside the Kamal Adwan facility. Hello, welcome to TRT World. We're live in Istanbul. I'm Adnan Nawaz, also on the programme. More top diplomats arrive in Damascus, pledging to help rebuild the country after the collapse of the Assad regime. Massive protests in Mozambique after a court confirms the ruling party's victory in October's presidential election. And the suspect in the fatal shooting of the United Healthcare CEO in New York pleads not guilty to state murder and terror charges.
Thank you for sparing your precious time. This is Amir Shakil. Have a good life. Bye-bye.